Hi, my name is Jenna Kruis, and I'm applying for the occupational therapy job in the East Grand Rapids schools. Even though I'm a new grad, I have had a lot of experience working in schools. I was actually a teacher for 6 years out in Gallup, New Mexico. I had a very diverse group of students. I taught about 70% Native American and 30% Hispanic students. I also had about 3 to 4 children in the special education classroom that would come into my general ed classroom. It was really important for me to always be inclusive and to differentiate my instruction as much as I could so that they were able to learn right alongside their peers. I also have experience as an occupational therapy student working in the schools. I did my first level 2 placement in the Holland Public School District. I worked with a wide range of students with different disabilities. We had the typical students who were in special education that we worked on handwriting, fine motor skills, gross motor skills, and sensory integration with. But I also worked with different categorical classrooms. So I worked with students who had cognitive impairments, students who were on the autism spectrum disorder, and students who are severely multiply impaired. I learned a lot from the OT that I got to work with in the schools. He was very creative and did a very good job at making sure the activities we did were meeting the individual students. So we would do fine motor groups with the severely multiply impaired classroom, but each student's activity was a little different, so it was geared towards their needs and what they would be able to do and give them that just right challenge. During my fieldwork experience, I was exposed to different assessments that I could use in the school-based setting. I was also shown some good ways to do clinical observations in the classroom or by pulling students out of the classroom and looking at different things with their handwriting or fine motor skills. I also have a lot of exposure to IEPs. As a general ed teacher, I would sit in on IEP meetings and give input when needed. I would also use those to look for any accommodations that I could be giving my students to help them succeed better in the classroom. In my fieldwork placement, I was also involved in the IEP process. I would give assessments to children and then have to analyze those assessments and determine whether or not students were appropriate to receive OT services. I was also then involved in writing short-term and long-term goals for those students. I think I'm the best candidate for this position because of my experience as a classroom teacher and now my experience working in the school setting for my fieldwork, because I feel like I can meld those two occupations and draw from those experiences to help meet the needs of each student I'm working with. I am also very hardworking and dependable. I give 100% in any activity that I'm asked to do. I also am aware of the amount of communication and collaboration that is involved in the school setting and how important that is to be able to reach the needs of each individual student, to be able to talk to a teacher and kind of ask how a student is doing in her classroom and find ways to help them if there is some type of occupational therapy activity or intervention that I could do with them. I also know that in the schools it's important to be flexible for different special assemblies or field trips or different activities that teachers may be doing in the classroom. So I think as long as there's good communication between that, it's easy to be flexible and find different ways to accommodate those needs. Thank you for listening to this video. I feel like I would be a great asset to the East Grand Rapids community as an occupational therapist. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.